Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Here are 4 mistakes to avoid before spending a ton of money on luxury bags. Now, it wouldn't be the Fashion Bunker if we didn't have a little bit of a plot twist here, because technically I could make a list of the 4 mistakes to avoid before dropping a pretty penny on luxury bags, as according to my opinion. Like, what would the mistakes be that I would share with you? But here's the thing. I don't care anymore. Okay, but I find it fun to read other people's opinions. So the Business Insider has an article by Sydney Barber. Sydney Barber wrote an article saying, I own a collection of luxury handbags. Here are 4 mistakes I avoid before dropping thousands on a new purse. Now, here's the thing. We're going to go through these 4 points, and I want you guys to let me know, is this what you think are the 4 points that we should pay attention to before spending money on luxury bags? Or should we be focusing on other points rather than these 4? Are these 4 points ridiculous? Let's see. I would personally tell you, just don't buy a luxury bag anymore. Okay, unless it's not a Birkin. But as we know, it's difficult to get a Birkin at the moment. Well, although it's become a little bit easier than it used to be in the past, but still. Aside from my family, she says, friends and pets, I consider handbags to be my first love, specifically designer bags. I love that I can immediately elevate a simple white t-shirt and jeans by pairing them with a unique bag. Okay, and here she has already set the tone for me. I'm like, oh, okay. We've heard this a gazillion times this past decade or so. Oh, just like a white t-shirt and just used denim jeans, just a little nothing, and then a Chanel Timeless Classic bag. We have seen everybody and their dead grandmothers and ancestors wear this look. It's annoying, it's boring, it's been done so many times. Just washed denim, from Zara, because, you're not going to, why would you spend more for Levi's? Get the Zara denim, white t-shirt, and the Chanel slingbacks. And we're good. Elizu says, LMAO, that's like your influencer starter pack. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing it. Sick and tired. Sick and tired of it. But anyway, so this person begins already by saying, and she says, over the years, I've carefully curated a collection of 11 designer bags. Hopefully that number will be 111 one day. But let's be honest, they're expensive. Many cost thousands of dollars. Why would you want 111 bags, Sydney? That whole statement is ridiculous. It's 2024, baby. We're back in the Middle Ages. Sydney, you might not have the right to vote next year anymore. And here you are sitting, having a problem thinking, how do I get my collection of bags from 11 to 111? And you're not even questioning the quality of these brands. You're not even questioning how their prices are skyrocketing and yet their quality is subpar, to say the least. No, instead, on Business Insider, you're perpetuating this conversation about more is better. 11 luxury bags I have are not enough. I want 111 by next year. Why? Why the overconsumption? Didn't you get the memo, Sydney? Didn't you get the memo? Those times are over. Nobody wants that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And nobody wants to show it off. Why? Why do you want 111, Sydney? What's the reason? And then the only reason to be like, yeah, but I'm probably not going to make it to 111 because let's be real, they cost a lot of money. How about you say, I'm not going to get to 111 because I've changed my mind. I don't want 111 bags because most of the brands are creating shit nowadays. Most of the brands are creating overpriced crap, stuff that costs too much for what it is. I don't want to be a part of this system anymore. I don't want to spend my hard-earned cash for shit anymore. How about we start that conversation on Business Insider? Instead of glorifying quantity, more. Really. And then she says, although I pride myself on being an informed buyer and in touch with my personal style, I've certainly made some mistakes while building my collection. Your personal style being the white t-shirt and jeans? That differentiates you from everybody else, of course. That makes you unique and special. Yeah? The white t-shirt, jeans, and then a little Chanel baglet and the sling bag, that makes you like stand out from the crowd, like groundbreaking. So here we go. Don't give in to social media hype, or at least wait a bit before buying. That's her first tip. Don't give in to the social media hype, and yet you are saying, you know, the white t-shirt and the pants and the denim jeans, like that's the social media hype. You literally fell for the social media hype, but now you're telling us don't fall for the social media hype. I do agree with you. Wait a little bit before buying. I agree wholeheartedly on waiting before buying. Just because something is hip at the moment, everybody wants it, doesn't mean that, and you fall for the FOMO, fear of missing out, and you think you also love that item, doesn't mean that that item is really cool for you and your style. So if you take a step back, you take a breather, you wait a couple of months, and then you go back to that item and you still think you really want it, okay, well then maybe you really want it. But then most of the times with these trendy trash items, nobody cares for them after a couple of weeks, not even a couple of months, even after a couple of weeks, like nobody's talking about them because the trend cycles are so short at the moment because it's a hurricane. We are vertiginously kind of plummeting to the death of luxury. And the system can't keep up, so they're churning out new trends. And back in the day, there would be a trend a year. There would be one trend holding. You know what? Some trends would even be trending for 2 or 3 years before the cycle would change. Now it's like 1 week, 4 days, a trend, and then you get the new trend already. They're desperately trying to throw all the spaghetti to the wall, being all the new bags they're churning out, and they're hoping that something's going to stick to that wall. Okay. They can produce a ton more now because why? Because they're sourcing most of the production out to China anyway, or Vietnam, or wherever it may be. So they can produce that shit like that in bucket loads and hope that something sticks. Hoping that some influencer like the ones you're mentioning here that wears the white t-shirt and the jeans, the denim pants, that they're going to wear the bag on their social media account and it's going to stick because everybody's going to want it. The problem is there are just so many of these trends and they're going that fast, nothing sticks anymore. I say let it go, Linda. Let it go. Let it flow. Actually, Elza, darling. Let it go, Elza. That's my opinion on that. Second point, do your research, but don't blindly follow advice. To be perfectly honest with you, point 2 on Sydney's list to me sounds like point 1. Point 1 was don't give into social media hype or at least wait a bit before buying. Her point 2 is do your research, but don't blindly follow advice. That seems like point 1 to me. It's like don't fall for the trend immediately. Wait a little before you purchase something. I don't see the difference between these 2 points. But she says whether it's your first bag or your 50th, buying luxury is a big deal. That's why I always recommend doing some research before dropping major bucks. This could mean reading reviews or watching YouTube videos on the bag you're eyeing. I would never recommend doing that. Terrible mistake, because the people reviewing the brand new bags either got it for free from the brand to promote it and are not going to tell you that they did, even though they are actually obliged to, or they are such suckers. Well, or they bought the bag and they have some affiliate link to the bag. And if you use the affiliate link, they get some commission. So it's in their interest to tell you that the bag that they just bought is amazing because they want to sell it to you. Or they bought the bag to review it to get as many views as possible. And then they're going to return the bag to the shop to get their money back, but also they're going to get the money from the AdSense revenue of the video that they're showing you, or they outright paid for the bag themselves and do not want to admit to themselves that they made a huge mistake. So they're trying to, and I've seen, let's be honest here, how many times have you watched a YouTube video of some Oompa Loompa reviewing the latest stupid bag they spent tens of thousands of dollars on, and you got that sneaky suspicion and feeling that their delivery in that video, the way they were talking about that bag in that video, the way they were reviewing the bag in that video, sounded somewhat as if they were trying to convince themselves that their idiotic purchase was worth it. How many of you have seen those videos? Because I have seen those videos. I have seen those videos where the Oompa Loompas are sitting there like total cretins with their little baglet, and they're like, and it's really nice. And then they like try to put it on and it doesn't even fit and the proportions are off and terrible. Biggest example is the mini 22 Chanel bag with 50 straps. And most of the space inside that ugly ass bag is wasted with that one strap that you got to shove in there because Chanel doesn't make them detachable. I have seen so many Oompa Loompas unbox these little miniature 22s with a gazillion straps. They're like, oh, this is so amazing. And it was like $6,000. And I love it. And then, exactly, Kev. And they sell it immediately in the next vlog sale. And then in the next vlog sale, they're like, and some of them even admitted in their video, I'm watching them unbox it and talk about the bag. And towards the end of the video, they realize, I can hear it in their voice, the enthusiasm going lower and lower, sinking. And at one point, they're like, yeah, maybe I'm going to return it. Like, maybe I'm going to return the, I'm like, yeah, of course you're going to return the freaking bag. It's ugly AF. It suits no purpose. It's going to fall apart anyway. There's nothing fits in it. It is unpractical to wear. The proportions are off. It doesn't look good on your body. You bought it because of FOMO. You bought it because you thought you're going to get a ton of views on your video or whatever, for whatever reason other than the actual reason why you should have bought the bag for. And that would have been, it actually matches your style. It actually works with your lifestyle. It's actually something you really, really want yourself. Exactly, Style says they returned the bag after putting skid marks on it. Holly says, okay, small rant, guys. The effing vlog sales. I cannot eat. I'm also really, and all of these, and you guys, these are people you're watching. Okay? These are people you've been subscribed to for years. These are people that for years have been garnering hundreds of thousands of views on their videos, selling you this shit. These are people you've been watching for years, and bag to bag, unboxing to unboxing, they've been unboxing these shitty items, these shitty ass bags, making you sometimes want them, fall for the FOMO because you look up to them, okay? You aspire towards them. Now, these Oompa Loompas, all of that shit that they've been buying the past years, they're selling it. They're selling all of it in their vlog sales. And you're looking at it now, 5 years later, you've been following this person for 5 years. Now you're sitting there looking and being like, oh, I bought that bag too because she told me that bag was so amazing 2 years ago when she unboxed it. She said it's the best bag she's ever had. Obsessed. Hashtag obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. Oh my God, this bag, you guys. You guys, this bag. I'm obsessed. 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 2 weeks later, you guys, I'm selling the bag in my next vlog sale. Who's going to be the lucky one? Who's going to be the lucky one who buys it first? Please. No. No. Holly says, I unsubscribed recently from many. Yeah. No. Francesca says, I left a couple of them as well. Yeah. No. That's the thing. That's the thing, Holly says, Dacob, and then the sponsorships with every video. Then they overshop, overindulge, then boom, vlog sale. Oh, yeah. Disgusting. These people, really, they're either sociopaths or so desperate for attention that they're really ready to throw all the morals out of the window. No decency, no dignity, nothing, nothing, nothing. Point three, yeah, and I mean, anyway. Point three is consider buying pre-owned bags. Now, of course, on this I agree. However, because, sustainability, somebody else's trash can be your treasure. I'm all for buying pre-loved. However, there's a big however, and I want to warn everybody. The more popular these brands are, and the more classic the bag is you want to buy pre-loved, and the bigger the chances are you're going to get a fake. Okay? So this is why I'm saying I would personally never, and I've been burned before myself, I would personally never buy classics from these luxury brands pre-loved. I just wouldn't. Because the fakes are just so good out there. It's not worth it. If somebody sells you a fake and says it's a fake, give me $100 and call it a day. That's one thing. Although I'm obliged to tell you I don't condone that. But it's another thing if somebody's selling you a fake, claiming it's authentic and telling you I want $5,000 for it because it's authentic vintage. You see, that's the scammery. That's when you, the consumer, get scammed. If somebody is honest and tells you I'm selling you a fake bag here for $100, you want it? Quality's decent, leather is okay. You want it? Yes or no? That's one thing. But somebody, that same bag, tries to sell it to you for $5,000, claiming it's authentic. Now, then we have a problem. Pre-owned, famous designs, classic designs from luxury brands for me is a no-go. Big no-go. And I would never in my life trust any of those baboons who are claiming that they're authenticators and giving you a paper of authenticity, a little paperlet over there. I authenticate. Bullshit. They're just scamming you for even more money. They want $50 from you for what? To give you a piece of toilet paper with their shit on it. Absolutely no. I also say no to that. So that's why I say if you're going to buy pre-loved, go for the non-famous styles. Go for the designs that are not classic. Go for those things that have been manufactured but never really popular. Things that have not been copied as much because they were not popular. That's when I feel like pre-loved bags are okay-ish. Even there, you got to be very careful, but that's when I think they're okay-ish to be purchased. Otherwise, forget about it. Style by Chrissy Dacob got me lulling. Anyway, we'll go. That's what I'm saying. Point four, Sydney has a point four. Point four is focus on your personal preferences, not just whether your purchase will be a good investment. I completely agree on this. I've been telling you this for years, guys. Do not buy, please, for the love of you, do not buy a bag thinking that it's going to make me money in the future. Oh, it's an investment. I never see bags as investments. Buy it if you love it. Buy it if you want to wear it. Buy it if you want to enjoy it while you're alive. These items are not investments, okay? Market can collapse at any minute. Like, don't think about these items that are supposed to bring you some form of joy. I mean, technically, they're just utilitarian. I mean, technically, a bag is made to carry items you need to use throughout the day or throughout the evening. That's technically what a bag is for. But, we have developed this culture of collecting bags. Okay, so now we're here, although I feel that the bag collecting days are also gone. Have you noticed there's also no more talk about unicorn bags? Everything anybody was ever talking about during the lockdown years of the candy cane was, oh, the unicorn bag. Oh, Chanel released the caramel mini square rectangular. Oh, the unicorn rainbow colored. Oh, the unicorn bag. Now, nobody even knows what it means. There's no such thing as a unicorn bag anymore. Nobody's talking about it anymore. Those days are long gone. We are no longer really collecting bags. Not really. At least I'm not. I mean, I buy a bag here or there when I really fall in love with the shape. Recently, The last 2 bags I bought were not luxury bags at all. One was a gorgeous satin bag with a ton of crystal spiders all over it. Very Halloween, very gothic, no-name brand. And the other bag I got was from Dollskill, a black patent pleather bag with like 30 or 40 anks, Egyptian anks hanging off of it in metal. Just looks fabulous, very punk. Cost me 27 bucks. Loved it. I unboxed it in my 1 or 2 live streams ago, so you can go check out that. So this is what I'm trying to say here. I buy something rarely. When I come across something you're really kind of, oh, you know, I see it, I say, oh, this is really cute. I don't look at the logo anymore. I don't look at the brand anymore, you know. Sure, Birkin is always a Birkin. Because, why am I saying this? Well, technically, Hermes has my vote so far for the mere reason that they, unlike all the other luxury brands during the pandemic, Hermes was the only one who was not gouging those prices so greedily high. They kept manufacturing their standard. They kept their price increases normal on a yearly basis, like, you know, 3-4%, not 22% like Chanel did. Period. Very, very, you know, very, and they kept manufacturing what they kept manufacturing. They didn't up their production. They kept steady. They kept steady, and their quality is amazing. So yeah, it's hard to get one of those bags, but their quality is still amazing. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. But yeah, I agree with Sydney here. Don't buy a bag because you think it's an investment, because chances are you're going to lose all your money that way. Okay, thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. This was the video. We were all over the place, but we focused it. We came back to our 4 focal points, which were Sydney's focal points. What do you guys think? What other mistakes can one make before purchasing an expensive luxury bag? My biggest mistake at the moment is purchasing an expensive luxury bag that doesn't have the quality. Sydney never mentioned quality in her article. She never talked about, don't make the mistake of buying a really expensive luxury bag, looking at you, Chanel, allegedly, and then spending $10,000 in a Chanel Timeless Classic bag, and then the leather starts peeling after 20 minutes. I think that's the biggest mistake you might make today, in my humble opinion. If you're going to buy a luxury bag, an expensive luxury bag, make sure that the quality is good. That's the big first mistake you might make, is you spend $10,000 and you get shit in return for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumb up this video, subscribe. Let's get to 100,000 subbies. Love you loads. Never give up on love. Bye.